The first criteria grouping is A, attention. It's basically gaining the interest and motivation of your learners and helping them answer the question, why should I want to learn this? You've probably had this experience being in a classroom where you were really excited to be there because you wanted to learn something, or you've also probably had the experience of feeling like you were forced to be there and you don't really know, why am I here, and I don't really want to be here. When we think about the readiness of participants to learn, they kind of come in two categories. One is called the unconscious learner, and the other is the conscious learner. An unconscious learner is someone who does not realize that they need to learn. They think they have nothing to learn at all. They know it all already. They've been around for millions of years and know everything. Or they may just be resistant and not see the value of learning. Hey, the way I've done this has worked for so long. Why do I need to change? The other type of learner, the conscious learner, is someone who realizes they have something to learn. They know they don't know everything, and they may be very excited about this new thing. But there are challenges with both styles of learners, and you've got to think about how are you going to engage them. The unconscious learner does not want to be there, so you need to find a way to win them over so they will be willing to learn. And the conscious learner knows they need to be there, but they may feel a little uncomfortable because stepping outside your comfort zone, well, that's why we call it the comfort zone. It's uncomfortable. So let's talk about the techniques. For conscious learners, the big technique is just creating a safe place for people to play around, to try new things. And so you need to set some ground rules at the beginning of the workshop, letting people know that it's okay to make mistakes. In fact, it's expected because there will be no way to learn if you don't stumble a little bit along the way. For unconscious learners, we have two other techniques at our disposal. The first is called WIFM. What's in it for me? Let's face it, all human beings are ultimately kind of selfish. We want to know what we're going to get out of something before we put any effort into it. So we can explain to these conscious learners what's in it for them. A good way to do this is to provide endorsements from their leader or from other people who've been through the program already. We can also provide data such as learning results, letting people know that this program really has positive impact and is worth doing. We can also appeal to their pride or their ego. And this may sound a little manipulative, but it's really effective. Basically, someone who's been around and says, well, I'm already very experienced, I don't need to learn anything. You can just say, yeah, I know that you already have a lot of experience, and I was actually hoping that by having you in the class, you would be able to share some of your experience with the other learners. This appeals to their vanity. They get into the class, and along the way, hopefully they actually learn a few things too. You can also conduct an activity or a quiz at the beginning that allows people to kind of discover, hopefully naturally, that maybe they do have some things to learn. You need to be careful with this technique because it can also bruise some egos, and you don't want people to feel bad at the start of a learning. Now, the other way to gain buy-in from unconscious learners is to offer a solution to a problem they have. So you can start, and this is just a classic sales technique, you can start asking, do you face this particular type of challenge? And then asking, well, what's the impact of that challenge on you? And then asking, would it be worth fixing that challenge? And then finally asking, would you be willing to try this program or this course as a way to fix it? So let me give you an example for our negotiation skills. How when you're negotiating with clients on a renewal, feel like it's inevitable that you lose at least a couple of percentage points from your margin? So what's the impact on your finances for that? How much does it keep you from hitting your bonus numbers? And would it be worth it to you if you could effectively renew and retain your margins or maybe even improve your margins? Yeah, that would be useful for you? Okay, so this program is going to teach you how to do that. Would you be willing to spend the next day learning how to improve your margins when negotiating with customers or clients? So that's just an example there of how you can offer a solution to their problem. So again, there are two types of learners, unconscious learners and conscious learners. Conscious learners know they need to learn, but they need some encouragement to take a risk. Unconscious learners do not know that they need to learn, and they need your help to explain what's in it for them or to offer them a solution to a problem they have, so they'll be willing to buy in. You'll get a chance to practice these during the Facilitation Skills class.